Hello. First of all, I just want to apologise. There hasn't been any videos for quite some time. Combination of being sick, being summer holidays, and just life in general. But today I just want to talk a little bit about the whole being sick thing, because as I've mentioned in all of my videos so far, not that there's many of them, that I have been sick. So I just wanted to sort of go over what exactly is wrong with me. There's a lot. This might be a long video, or I'll have to do it in more than one part, but yeah, there's quite a few things, I guess. The main ones that are sort of kicking my butt right now is the fibromyalgia and the CFS. CFS it stands for chronic fatigue syndrome. It's not just about being tired. It's not just, oh, go take a nap and you'll be fine. It's literally, it doesn't matter how much or how little sleep you've had, you can just feel exhausted all the time. And yeah, it just not just in that way, like it will affect your brain functioning as well, obviously, because if you're tired, yeah, it's not great. And the fibromyalgia is more to do with the pain. So I am constantly in some sort of pain. Like right now, my back and my shoulders are playing up a bit today. But there's always everything. And if I wasn't taking the rather large amount of medication that I'm on, then it would be a hell of a lot worse. So it kind of tries to take the edge off it, I guess, a little bit. But there's been a lot of like different like changes and stuff. Like for example, like I'm stuttering a little bit today. Yeah, that is a part of it as well. It just sort of like, I don't really know how to explain it, to be honest. It's just like, it's like a massive brain fart, like all the time. It's like you get this brain fog, and then sometimes when I'm talking, it's like your mouth, it can only, sometimes it's only for like a second, but your mouth and your head sort of suddenly goes sort of dizzy and fizzy, if that makes sense. And then you just can't get your words out, and it is very frustrating. Or you'll completely forget a word, or you'll forget someone's name, or, you know, it's just, it's hard. Let me think, try and paint a bit of a picture here. Before all of this, before I had my daughter and everything, I was working 40, 50 hours a week in a stockroom. I was a stockroom supervisor, so, you know, I had people that, not always, you know, if we were busy, they would steal my staff away. But yeah, I'd usually have 2 or 3 people that I was basically in charge of, and I was able to do that. You know, take care of all the paperwork, not just that, like running on my feet constantly, all that whole time, running up and down a busy stockroom. When I was on my own, I'd be taking, 500-600 boxes off the back of the truck, and then moving them again round to the relevant departments on my own, and I had no issue. I was like lifting trailers and dragging them back and forth, either empty or full of like cardboard. Cardboard doesn't sound heavy, but when it's in a massive great big trailer, it's not exactly light. And, you know, I was like, I felt strong and I felt great. And, you know, yeah, okay, I might have been a bit tired at the end of the day, but it's a different sort of tired. I can't really explain it, but yeah, it's been a big change. You know, I first sort of noticed something wasn't quite right after I had my daughter and I was going back to work. I cut my hours down drastically because she was still young, and, you know, you only get a certain amount of hours for nursery, so I cut my hours down to 8 hours a week. So it's 4 hours on 2 days, and just those 4 hours, my feet were absolutely killing me. And by the end of my shift, I was just like begging to get home, and I was so tired. You know, by the time I got home, it would be like I had to sit down and I couldn't get up again because my feet were in so much pain. So that was the plantar fasciitis, I think that's how you say it. Mainly in the left foot, but yeah, there was a lot of pain in both the feet, and I think that's really what sort of started it off. It was that, coupled with the extreme tiredness, was what I sort of went to the doctor with, and then she started saying stuff, and I was like, yeah, like walking up and down the stairs, my feet, it felt like when I was pregnant and my feet were actually swollen, it felt like that, only there wasn't any physical swelling, but it would be that kind of pain just to move them, and it felt like they were huge. It felt like they were swollen, and you know, she straight away sort of thought, oh, it could be fibro. And then obviously a couple of hospital appointments have to rule out anything else, and yeah, came back, that's it. And I didn't know much about it at the time, so doing the stupid thing of going and Googling it and doing research, and you know, whenever you do anything, you could fucking sneeze and go and Google it and it will tell you you're dying, for fuck's sake. Like, never Google symptoms, just don't do it. But yeah, everything is just, I laugh, but doesn't mean, I think I nervous laugh quite a bit, because I don't really know how to react. I've never been very good at that, I suppose. But yeah, it's like your whole life has changed. It's like you're never going to be doing the things that you used to do. Like when Lily was a baby, you know, I'd go out every day, make sure she gets fresh air and out and about, and just going generally for a little walk. But I can't do that anymore because 1, the pain, 2, the tiredness, and 3, something else that has decided to come up is the anxiety. I started having panic attacks. I think one of the worst ones, probably the last time I really went into town. I was with Lily and everything was fine. You know, I'd gotten some gift vouchers for Christmas. I was just out with Lily, spending them, and everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, this panic came over me, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I just felt dizzy and physically sick. And I was just shouting. I was like, Lily, come on, we've got to go, we've got to go, we've got to go. And I sort of like grabbed her and we were just running. And I must have looked like a crazy person, I must have, because I was in full panic. And then you can't do that, especially when you've got a kid around. It's not good. Yeah, since then I think I might have been into, no, have I been into, oh, I had to go for a meeting at work. That was like a year after that, so it was like a whole year I wouldn't step foot in town. I mean, I barely even leave the house anymore, especially on my own. Like, I can get to the corner shop. I try to make myself go, one for like, just to prove to myself that, you know, I can. And, you know, just to get out the house, I guess. I know it's just the corner shop. It doesn't sound like a big thing to a lot of people, but to me it's like a small victory. It's, you know, my doctor's surgery, thankfully, is not very far either. And I can just about get there. The school run, a lot of the time, my ex, Lily's father, he'll try and take her up, and then his dad will pick her up from school and bring her back. But yeah, if it's a day that he can't, and I've got to go up there, I need to like psych myself up to do it. And then I'll be pretty much out of it for the rest of the day, because it is quite a bit of a walk. And that'll be it. I'll be done. I can't do anything, and it's taken its toll on not just me, but on everything, on the house. It's a mess constantly, and I hate living it with it like this. But I mean, I also have a hoarding problem. Told you there was a lot of issues. A hoarding problem that I've had for quite a long time, like probably since I was quite young. I've had some sort of problem with hoarding. Like, I used to collect silly things like sweet wrappers, and bearing in mind, it's not like I was a kid that would be eating sweets all the while, no. But whenever I had a sweet, you know, I would have to flatten out the wrapper, and then it would go in my drawer with all the other wrappers, like a chest of drawers. Like, the whole of the top drawer was just full of sweet wrappers. And keeping every single cinema ticket. Because in my mind I was like, oh yeah, it's memories. Like, I remember going to this film with this person, or whatever. But even if it was a shit film with shit people, I'd still keep it. Like, stupid. And then it moved on to like the clothing labels, like the price tags. You know, you get a new item of clothing, I'd cut off the tags and I would keep the tags. For no reason. It wasn't like, oh, I'll keep it in case I return it. No, because doesn't work like that anyway. You'd need a receipt, but oh, and receipts, yeah, I used to keep all of them as well. But I'm not quite that bad anymore, but I do still obviously, very obviously have a problem. My house is very cluttered, which makes it even harder to keep on top of. And then obviously that gets you down because it's a shithole. And you try and tidy it, you might get a little bit done. I usually get as far as the bathroom and the kitchen, and then I'm flagging. I'm aching all over, and I need to sit down, and I feel like I'm going to vomit. Like, I have all these lists and stuff, like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, you know, I really want to do it. And then it just doesn't happen because something comes up, you know. And I mean, with the fibro as well, it affects your immune system. So you sneeze near me and I'm done, I'm sick. It's like, if you already feel like you've got constant flu, basically, because you're always constantly feeling achy and tired, and then on top of that, you actually do get sick, it's near on impossible to do anything, really, to be honest. And then obviously Lily suffers. I'm not like one of them mums out all the while going to the park and doing this and the other, and I'll try and do things with her at home. And we do stuff at home, you know, I don't just sit there and bloody ignore her all day, but, you know, I still have to say to her, I need to have a lay down, and especially during now, the summer holidays, it's hard. I mean, she's a kid, she's 5, she's full of energy, and that's great, like, I love that, you know, because that's what a kid's supposed to be like, but, so I'm getting tired now, just ridiculous. But I mean, just doing my makeup today, I was supposed to have a driving lesson, that's another thing. I've been attempting driving lessons, I've had to cancel a few. And sometimes halfway through, you're just like, I shouldn't be here, like. But I mean, my instructor's pretty cool, and, you know, he's always said, you know, if you need to pull over and just take a minute, then that's fine. But, you know, there's a part of me still that is very determined. Like, I've always been, with certain things, I suppose, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get it done. When you're fighting that with everything, then you just can't physically do it. Like, silly things, dancing around the kitchen, like, it doesn't happen anymore. Like I said, playing in the park, and your whole life has to change. I don't go out, like I said, anymore. It's just, I know this video's probably going to come across as I'm being a bit of a moaning Minnie or whatever, but I just wanted to, I don't know, for myself as well, maybe just talk to no one. It's kind of, you know, I'm literally just talking to my phone right now, so I don't know, just kind of get it all out. But, you know, you've got that, and then obviously stress makes everything so much worse. And unfortunately, I mean, they're sort of, I guess, coming around a bit more now, but in the beginning I had a few people who just didn't give a shit, I think. It was, well, you can do more. I know you can. And it's just like, how is that helpful? Like, I'm doing the best I can, like, chill. It's like, oh, well, you did it yesterday. You can't be that bad. Like, and then just getting into arguments. You know, I'm not the sort of person that likes arguments anyway. Like, I want a normal, quiet, boring life, please. Like, just leave me alone. Like, just let me get on with it. And I'm doing my best. And I know that, and I think that's all that matters, really. You know, they can go suck a dick. Like, if certain people aren't going to be helpful, then they can just do one, really. Because I don't need it. No one needs that. No one needs negative people. It's not helpful in any way. And like I said, stress just makes everything worse. Because, you know, when I was younger, I was diagnosed with, I don't even know if this would be the correct term for it now, but manic depression, which is like borderline bipolar. That's what I was told. I mean, if I was to be re-diagnosed now, I don't know what it would be classed as, but yeah. So you know, I already have my highs and my lows, and my lows can be pretty extreme. But thankfully, since I've had Lily, you know, the thoughts of like suicide have never sort of entered my head. I mean, I probably need to do a video to go on a little bit more about the whole mental health side of it, because that's a video in itself, I think. But yeah, literally, like Lily, if I didn't have her, I don't know where I would be, to be honest. I don't think I would be here, and I'm being absolutely truthful with you there, because it's just, you're fighting yourself every day. You're fighting not just, you know, your physical ailments, you know, with the pain, you know, from the second you wake up to the second you finally get to sleep. Because that's another thing, even though I've got the chronic fatigue, it doesn't mean that I'm just gonna go to sleep like this. I mean, sometimes I do. If I'm really, really fucking tired, I will pass out. Like, I've fallen asleep on the toilet. Like, so it does happen, but at the same time, it's not like it's an every night sort of thing. You know, a lot of the time I will be up pretty much all night. You know, some nights I've gotten literally no sleep at all, because the pain. You cannot sleep because you're in pain. And you do just, you feel like giving up a lot of the time. You do, I'm being honest. Especially on your bad days, your really fucking bad days. Or some days you'll get up and it'll start okay and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get stuff done. You take a shower, by the time you get out of the shower you're like, oh, okay, yeah, no. It's not gonna happen. This is as far as I'm getting today. It's not just a case of taking every day as it comes. It's taking every fucking minute as it comes. Because you don't know. You could get, you know, you're meant to meet someone. Like, they're supposed to come over, or they're going to pick you up and take them to their house or whatever. You get there, or they get here, and then 10 minutes in, you're just like, oh my god, I want to go away now. Especially with, and that's, you know, the pain, the tiredness, and of course the anxiety as well. Large groups of people I am not good with. Phone calls, I cannot make phone calls. There's a lot of things I'm supposed to be chasing up that I don't, because it just gets very overwhelming. And whereas before, when I was working my full-time hours, and you know, I'd be not just sorting out my own paperwork, but I'd be ordering in stock for other people. I had a department to take care of as well as my other duties, and I was able to keep on top of that with paperwork and all this sort of stuff. And it was just like that. It was like it was nothing. Like, and I enjoyed it. I did. I really enjoyed it. Very much so. I enjoyed that job. Because it was physical. Because of the paper. Like, I was always busy and I loved it. And now, just the thought of it, I can't keep on top of my own paperwork here and my own stuff that needs to, it's just, yeah, like I said, I don't want this to come across as some sort of moaning mini sort of video, and I don't really know exactly what to say. Like, I'm just sort of saying about how it makes me feel. I mean, I could easily just print out some information and read it off to you, but, you know, as a person who is suffering, this is what it's like. I think a lot of the time as well, the reason why I haven't done a lot of videos is because I'm like, oh, I haven't got my hair and my makeup done. Well, not my hair's particularly brilliant today, but, oh, I look a mess, I feel shit. But maybe I should be doing videos when I feel like absolute shit, because then people might be able to get an actual proper picture of what it is like. Of, you know, what actually does go on when you are suffering. I don't like saying it like that. It's like saying you're technically disabled. It's not exactly. I'm 31 years old, for fuck's sake. Like, yeah. I don't really know what else to say, but I guess that's it for now. This is probably just going to be a really shitty video of me babbling and feeling sorry for myself, so I apologise for that, but I just feel like it was something that I needed to maybe clear up, especially going forward with any more sort of like future videos where I'm saying, oh, I've not been well or whatever, like, so you know I'm not just one of them people that's like constantly moaning. I mean, I probably am, to be fair, but I feel like I've got a good fucking reason to be moaning. So again, that probably sounds really selfish. But yeah, if there is anyone out there watching this who suffers, not necessarily with fibro or CFS, that suffers in any way, just feel free to please just leave me a comment. Just, you know, fellow support maybe. Just let me know if you have any sort of tricks or anything that you do that makes you feel a little bit better, or if there's anything that I can say or do to help you, or I don't know, just anything. Let's just chat. I guess. Okay, that's it for now then, I guess. Thanks for watching. Bye.